Johnny Belcher here tonight? Okay. Y'all all please stand for a word of prayer, and we'll follow that with pledge of allegiance. Heavenly Father, we just want to thank you, dear God, for loving us and just forgiving us for our sins. And I just want to pray, dear God, for this city and this country, Heavenly Father, and just be with the council tonight as we conduct business, dear Lord, and just thank you for wisdom and guidance. We ask these things in your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let the record reflect that all councilmen are present. In each councilman's package, you have a review of the minutes from the September 15th meeting. Take these, and if any changes need to be made. If not, I'll entertain a motion to adopt them for the record.
So moved. Second.
Got a motion second to adopt the September 15th minutes. What's the pleasure of the council? All ayes, Mr. Hicks. Okay, we've got a request to address the council on a street closure. Is Mike Stack or Clay Johnson here tonight? Could y'all come up, please? Yes, sir.
Basically, we're hosting a motorcycle and car show for Pride Industries on Post. They wanted to use our establishment to do their first annual Wheels of Pride, and we're happy to facilitate the request. And the only thing that we're asking is that we can have from between here and the Corbin Street on the side closure for that day during the event.
Okay. And T.D. Jones, have you met with them, or
Yeah,
you?
I talked with them. They want to. What we got? We have one resident on that street.
Uh-huh.
What we're going to do is block that street. It's just at the edge of his property, and they'll have that street all the way up to Stormy's from there. Goes house in the middle.
Okay.
And then he'll be able to come in and leave his residence at the other end on Aaron.
Okay. And this is October the 10th from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Okay. Do any of the councilmen have any questions concerning the request from Stormy's?
T.D., did you talk with the neighbor?
No, I didn't catch him at home, but they said they were going to talk with him.
Okay.
And but there shouldn't be any issues with him getting in and out, so we're not going to block him at all.
Okay.
That 7 a.m. start, are you worried about that or at all?
No, we have all.
I mean, y'all aren't gonna have like engines rolling or, just going and all that stuff, are you?
Yes, sir. Only just to park them.
Okay.
Of course, I don't think y'all start your actual show till one up in the morning.
Right.
Yeah, for about 2 hours. Truck is given out. Okay.
You know how many participants you probably have?
No, sir, not right offhand. Usually they'll register the day of.
Oh, okay.
We've had pre-registration, but with John Fander from Pride Industries, he's actually the one that's actually getting all the people that are registered.
So I think what Mr. Marcus is hitting at, is there going to be a lot of noise when they bring these in at 7 o'clock in the morning?
Well, I don't think we have an initial setup at 7, and usually registration is I think from like 8 to 10. Starts at 10. So it's a car show, so we're gonna have hot rods and motorcycles, loud pipes. So it's not gonna be early in the morning when people are sleeping. I think that's what Mr.
So
Fander had.
it'll be on 10 o'clock really
Yes, sir.
before that. Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions concerning the street closure? Do I hear a motion for the request?
So moved.
Second. Got a motion and second to grant the request. What's the pleasure of the council? All ayes. Thank y'all for coming.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay, next we've got another permit request and a street closure from the Wiregrass Christian Academy. And on behalf of Joan Howell, is she here tonight? Okay, she's not here. On behalf of Joan Howell, the Wiregrass Christian Academy administrator, they would like to close Connor Street from Harrison Street to West College Street on Thursday, October the 29th, from 6:30 p.m. until 8:30 p.m. And this is for the school's annual fall festival. Mr. Jones, T.D., have you talked to them concerning this? Okay. Okay, all right, thank you. Any questions concerning this street request? If not, I'll entertain a motion this time.
Make a motion.
Second.
Got a motion second to allow Wiregrass Christian Academy. What's the pleasure of the council? All ayes. Okay, next we've got one more. We have a request on behalf of Lori Cox, Pinedale Elementary Guidance Counselor, to block one lane of Plaza Drive and Sequoia Street on Wednesday, October the 28th from 12 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. And this is for the school's annual Red Ribbon Parade. And Chief Jones, you talked to her concerning this as well.
I did, and she couldn't be here tonight, but we made some adjustments on that for the record. They wanted to block one lane of Plaza Drive, and I've talked them out of that.
Okay.
I don't really want anybody out on Plaza, but what we are gonna do is block it at Sequoia and Shady, and people can go out up to Moats Road and Whispering Pines and go right back out. So, and then we'll block it at Sequoia at Plaza. So we'll keep that blocked off, and it's not supposed to last till probably 2 o'clock. We'll have everything back open, and the school traffic will come in as normal. So it shouldn't be any issues.
So it'll just be blocked from Plaza to Sequoia?
That's correct.
Okay.
So they can line up their floats and the kids, and they're gonna put kids outside the road to watch it, and so we won't have any traffic in there.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions concerning this? Okay, did I hear a motion for the permit request and street
So
closure for
moved.
Pinedale?
Second.
Got a motion second for the request. What's the pleasure of the council? All ayes, Mr. Hicks. Next, I've got privilege of the floor, where persons are allowed 3 minutes to address council. Is anybody here tonight that would like to address council on any matter? Come up, sir, and give your name to Mr. Hicks, please. Okay, all right. Meredith, would you like to come up, please, first?
Following the mural dedication ceremony we had last Thursday, I received an email from Ms. Strickland, who is the member of the Salome family that owns the building that was able to attend. I thought it was very positive and encouraging and just wanted to read it to you tonight. Meredith, it was great to finally meet you, and I have to commend you on the wonderful job you did putting this whole thing together. It was definitely first class, and I was proud to be a part of it. It meant an awful lot to me to represent our family, and I know my parents and grandparents are smiling down from heaven on us today. I can't wait to see the news tonight and see what they publish of that great presentation this morning. Please also thank Mayor Kenneth Boswell for the way he and all of y'all made me feel so welcome and so important too. I know it is great to work for such a progressive city, and I commend you again on the work you have done and continue to do for Enterprise. Enterprise is lucky to have you on their staff working for their future. You have a wonderful city council and mayor too that obviously want to bring Enterprise back to life. A big thank you to Mayor Boswell, Jason, the council, and all the others who helped put this together. I was very, very proud to be a part of this special day. Deborah Salam Strickland.
Thank you.
Thank you, Meredith.
so much. Okay, Mr. Burgess?
Bench.
Okay,
I didn't say that right.
Bench.
I didn't
Sorry.
write it down.
I come to find out what the city's position is on helping me to control the wild pigs and running up down Heron Creek in my backyard and all my neighbors' backyards.
I'm having it in my backyard too.
Good. And
I
they
know
come to
exactly what
yours
you're going through. I don't know, I guess, would he need to,
I've talked to the animal control
Uh-huh.
officer, and he said the city is not involved in shooting them or trapping.
okay,
In many cases, Mr. Bench, we've had people to approach Chief Jones in reference to getting a permit
Okay?
to take care of those animals, either by bow, arrow type situation, or either have requested that Chief Jones, you can assist me with this from a standpoint of asking, and there's a lot of those people that will
flashing on my gun, all right?
Yeah, there are-
My recommendation, Mr. Chairman, is that you give the Chief Jones.
I think there are people also, Chief, that will trap them.
We don't know, sir. We
I mean, I know we don't, but there are people out there that,
Brian,
yeah.
There's been some people that have come out and trapped them in different areas,
Uh-huh.
or attempted to trap them.
And one thing you might want to do is contact the Alabama State Department of Conservation office
Okay.
down here
Well,
in,
It's inside the city limits, and, they don't wanna be involved.
yeah. Well, they're over the whole state, so, yeah.
No, sir, but they, recommended that I approach
Okay,
the city for some assistance.
okay, all right,
After I approached the animal control people,
yeah.
I went to the state. There may be private sources that Chief Jones could give you, all right, appreciate it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're gonna move on with old business. First, we have a public hearing in consideration of an ABC license request, and this is for Creekside Package. And, this time I'm gonna open a public hearing on a request from Creekside Mini Mart LLC, doing business, as Creekside Package for a lounge retail liquor, Class 2 license. And this is for a package store, off-premise consumption, located at 2200 Ozark Highway, Suite H. I'm gonna open a public hearing. Is there anybody here tonight that would like to speak for or against this ABC license request? Okay, if not, I'll close the public hearing, and this time I'll entertain a motion to approve or deny the request.
Make a motion we approve the request.
Second the motion.
Got a motion and second to approve the ABC license request. What's the pleasure of the council? All ayes, Mr. Hicks. Next, we're gonna move on to new business with no other old business. The first item we have, and I'd like to introduce the Planning Commission recommendations. We've got two of these. The first is a request by Jimmy Boykin to rezone property located at 206 Boykin Street from R75M Residential District to Institutional District. The second request is a request by Gwen Gilly and Bill Ware to rezone property located at 5200 Bollweevil Circle from R75A, which is Residential District, to B3 Highway Commercial District. Mr. Hicks, let the record reflect that we have introduced these two Planning Commission recommendations. At this time, I'll introduce the ordinances, 10-6-15, the Boykin rezone, and we'll be calling for a public hearing to be held at our regular meeting on November the 3rd. And then I'm going to introduce ordinance 10-6-15A, which is a Gilly Ware rezone, and that will also be having a public hearing at the regular meeting scheduled for November 3rd. Next item under new business, we have review and consider resolution 10-6-15, and this is the 2015 general obligation warrant for the airport improvements. And this resolution 10-6-15 provides for the authorization of the issuance of an interest-bearing warrant in the amount of $1,309,805 to Troy Bank and Trust for the purpose of improvements to the T-hangars and related taxiways at the Enterprise Municipal Airport. The interest rate is a fixed rate at 2.39% for 12 years, with annual payments of $125,878.92. As previously stated, the warrant will be repaid from T-hanger rental fees, currently generating approximately $140,000 per year. Are there any questions concerning resolution 10-6-15? Okay, if not, I'll entertain a motion for the resolution.
So moved. Second.
Got a motion and a second to adopt resolution 10-6-15. What's the pleasure of the council? All ayes, Mr. Hicks. Next, we've got review and consider a loan agreement, and I'd like to introduce and call for consideration of the authorization of a loan agreement and related general obligation warrant with Troy Bank and Trust in the amount of $1,309,805 for the purpose of providing funds for improvements to the T-hangars and related taxiways at the Enterprise Municipal Airport. Do you have any questions considering the agreement? Mayor?
Chairman, as you well know, this, money will be paid back by revenues that are produced by rentals and leases out of the airport.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept the agreement.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second to accept the loan agreement. What's the pleasure of the council? All ayes, Mr. Hicks. Next, we've got review and consider the fiscal 15 budget amendments. And I'm gonna call on our Steve Hicks, our city clerk.
Yeah, gentlemen, this is time of year, we've just closed out our fiscal year 2015. So there's some departments that went slightly over budget. In terms of the whole general fund, we were significantly under budget, but at the end of the year, if a department goes under, we actually go in and make some budget amendments. As a general indication is that none of the departments went over in terms of their normal operating expenses. We did have an audit. We did have an adjustment of $100,361 for audit fees that were incurred in 2014 that were not paid until 2015. We had some additional payments to the school system as a result of additional sales tax revenues, which were up about 5%. We had some additional equipment payments, note payments on our equipment loan, primarily that were related to the fire that happened with the sanitation where we lost 2 garbage trucks. We got the insurance proceeds from those from the fire of about $150,000, and so we turned around and took those insurance proceeds, paid the trucks off, and so that which was those additional payments were not budgeted, so we're making this amendment tonight to budget for those insurance proceeds and the additional payments on those notes. We had some incidental expenses of about $11,686 related to the farmers market, some minor expenses on College Street, and then the YMCA appropriation that we made a couple of weeks ago. There were some additional grant expenditures of $21,387. That was from the summer food program. Every year we budget basically what we got that year, and we actually got about $21,000 more in grant funds from the summer food program this year, which our expense went up, but those funds came in. We do get 100% reimbursement on those summer food program funds. And then that we reduced some transfers to the senior citizens funds of $117,000 that was budgeted in the general fund, and because most of those expenses for that were paid out of the general fund and were never made to transfer. So in all, we're amending our general fund budget $462,491, which also includes $103,236 from funds that were encumbered by purchase orders in 2014 that were not paid in 2015. And in other funds, we had a total adjustment of fund balance of $50,743.93, and that was primarily related to encumbrance of funds that were incurred in 2014 that were not paid in 2015.
Okay.
So we'd ask you to amend the general fund budget $462,491, and the budget for other various funds of $50,743.93.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for Mr. Hicks pertaining to this matter? Okay, if not, do I hear a motion for the fiscal 15 budget amendments presented?
So moved.
Second. Got a motion and a second to adopt the fiscal 15 budget amendments. If there's no discussion, what's the pleasure of the council? All ayes, Mr. Hicks. Next, we've got review and consider memorandum of agreement, and this is pertaining to the School Resource Officers Program. And I'd like to call on you, TD, if you could come up and maybe enlighten us on this, please.
Yes, sir. A few months back, our National Organization of School Resource Officers, at their conference, they recommended that we become in agreement with the school system that have the school resource officers in, and we're pretty much that agreement. We're doing what we're already doing, what that agreement says, but this just puts it on paper, and it makes it seamless for the officer to work with the school system. We've ran that through our city attorney, Mr. Cotter. They've ran it through their attorney with the school board. We brought it to the work session to y'all. And the good part about it is, like I said, is that Seamless works with the school system. And it's kind of like they're official with the school as a law enforcement officer, and it doesn't just handicap them as being a law enforcement officer. Now, we will not be involved in any way with the discipline or anything that the school teachers or the school administrators do there. We're just there as a support for the school. So.
Okay.
Nothing's changed from.
Nothing's really
from
changed
the
in what we're
time you
doing.
reported, you gave us a report in the work session. Nothing's
Yep.
changed since then.
Just some wording on that, the last one you got here now, which said Enterprise City Schools, or just some terminology, if I'm right, that's, just minor terminology.
But,
Okay,
the essence is the same.
same, yes, sir.
I'll read the agreement between the City of Enterprise through the Chief of Police and the Police Department and the Enterprise City School Board of Education to provide for the establishment of a school resource officer program within the city schools. The school resource officer program shall be established during the 2015-2016 school year and continue until either party decides to terminate the agreement in accordance with the modifications and terminations process set forth. The goal of this agreement is to help establish a safer and more secure environment and workplace for the students, principals, teachers, and staff members in the Enterprise City School System. Anybody have any questions concerning the agreement? Okay, if not, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion, we adopt the agreement.
Got a motion and a second to adopt the agreement with the school system. What's the pleasure of the council? All ayes, Mr. Hicks. Next, we move on to review and consider accounts payable. I'd like to introduce and call for consideration accounts payable for September 2015 in the amount of $525,982.98 as follows. The City of Enterprise portion is $418,784.16. The Waterworks Board is of $107,198.82. What I hear for accounts payable?
Make a motion, we pay accounts payable.
Second.
Got a motion second to pay accounts payable. What's the pleasure of the council? All ayes, Mr. Hicks. Next, we'll move on to contract billings. We've got 4 tonight. The first one is for Wiregrass Construction Company, estimate number 6 for $357,599.06. This is for construction on the fiscal year 2014 street improvement. Second one is for Poly Engineering, invoice number 15947 for $7,012.54. This is for construction engineering on the fiscal year 2014 street improvements. Third is for Ewing, Connor and Associates, invoice number 10,000, contract administrative for the Community Development Block Grant for the airport sewer improvements. The fourth is for the Arbitrage Group Incorporated. It's $5,000 for contract services, and this is the rebate report preparation. And there are actually 3 invoices on this. Invoice number 99799 for $2,000, and this is for general obligation warrant series 2013-A. Second is invoice number 99804 for $1,500, and these are for general obligation warrant series 2011. And the third is for invoice number 99809 for $1,500 for the general obligation warrants for series 2004. Any questions concerning contract billings? And they do come to a total of $379,611.60.
Make a motion, we pay contract billing.
Got a motion second to pay contract billings. What's the pleasure of the council? All ayes, Mr. Hicks. Next, we've got a request from Michael Walters, Director of Engineering, to declare the following items as surplus property and to dispose of them in a manner in accordance with the state law. And I'm not going to go through and read all these, but basically it's a lot of obsolete inkjet printers and a couple of chairs and drafting table and some other stuff listed. Anybody have any questions concerning this property as stated?
Make a motion, we dispose of the inventory.
Got a motion second to dispose of the inventory. What's the pleasure of the council? All ayes, Mr. Hicks. Next, we have consider change of council meeting time, December 1st, 2015, and we've got a request from Mayor Boswell to change the time of the December 1st council meeting in order to avoid conflict with the Enterprise Christmas parade. At this time, I'll entertain a motion. What time, Mayor? do
Mr.
you-
Chairman, I would recommend that you meet that morning,
Okay.
probably around the 8 o'clock time frame.
Okay. Any
Make a
comments?
motion, we change the time to 8 o'clock a.m. on December 1st.
Second.
Got a motion second, change the time for the meeting. If there's no discussion, what's the pleasure of the council? All ayes, Mr. Hicks.
Yes.
Mayor, what you got for us?
Mr. Chairman, I'll go ahead and apologize early because it's been 3 weeks since I given a report, so there's been a lot transpiring. Just to give you an update in our Parks and Recreation tournaments to host, just to give you an update from a standpoint of through the month of October, National Softball Association softball tournaments was held October the 3rd with 33 teams. October the 10th, United States Specialty Sports Association softball tournament. October the 18th, Ultimate Sports Promotion Baseball Tournament. October the 24th, National Softball Association Softball Tournament. October the 24th, also a youth tennis tournament through Enterprise Tennis Association. October the 31st was USSSA softball tournaments. Fall Adult Softball League season started October the 1 with 8 teams. Youth Golf Clinic, 27 participants. Youth Golf League, 9 participants there. Also Youth Cheerleaders, 125 participants. Youth Football, 367 participants with 20 teams, and the season began October the 1st. Youth Basketball registration to start on October the 19th. As of October the 3rd, there were, in 2015 tournaments, 420 teams, 6,300 players and coaches, approximately 18,900 spectators, and this number was calculated by the number of spectators for each player, and that was, the number multiple was 3. 25,200 total players, coaches, and spectators as of the date. And would tell you that Billy Powell and his team does a great job as far as managing that and making sure that our baseball fields and softball fields are up to par. Special programs and events, Fellowship Christian Athletes to host Fields of Faith event at Bates Stadium on October the 14th at 6:30 p.m. Youth Fall Dance is set for October the 24th. Spooky in the Park, October the 30th. Zumba classes are being offered Monday and Wednesday, 6 p.m. at Rec Center. Weight Watchers are meet Wednesday, 9 a.m., Thursday, 5 p.m. Current projects, the tennis court fences repair was completed on Friday, October the 2nd. The windscreens will be installed prior to the scheduled tournament. Working on finalizing plans for Bates Memorial Stadium so that we can go out for bids. Concrete work to be done at the Rec Center next to the tennis court, connecting sidewalks behind Moose Hope Gymnasium, and also a repair to the driver's entrance at the Bark Park. In the engineering department, single-family detached dwellings, 2 of those at $265,000 were issued. Residential additions, 13 at an estimated cost of $103,560. Commercial additions, 3 at a cost of estimation of $28,000. Nuisance properties investigated, 29. Replies to notifications mailed out, 21. Replies to notifications, 15. Properties mitigated was 20. Airport hangar renovations, new siding has been completed on M Hangar, and 1 and 2 siding on M Hangar 3, and in process of, and it's approximately 60% complete. New roof installed on M Hangar 2 and 3, coating of standing seam roof on M Hangar 1, in process approximately 80% complete. Doors have been worked on M Hangars 3 and M Hangar 1 and 2, in process approximately 20% complete. T hangars are to begin October the 5th, electrical work to begin first. Notification mailed out to T hangar. B, work scheduled to begin November the 5th, 2015. Traffic stripe projects, double line has been placed on Moats Road from city limits to Highway 84 right-of-way. New crosswalks have been placed at HSA on Salem Road awaiting the arrival of flashing pedestrian lights. The actual posts were being installed today. We anticipate those lights hopefully being in before the end of the week. The Winn-Dixie parking lot, I don't know if y'all have gotten any complaints concerning that. Naturally, that is private property. Would tell you that Michael Walters and I worked diligently on that. Probably been getting complaints over 6 months. It's very difficult to get some of these management companies to respond. But as of yesterday, those potholes were filled and paved over. Fire department, we've gone out for bids for the Central Fire Station renovation, a second time pre-bid conference at the site on October the 20th. Bid proposals opening on the 27th at City Hall. We're working to compile information for the 4th fire station. We will start fire prevention activities next week with all kindergarten and first grades throughout the city. In the last 7 months, we've had 3 retirements, 1 resigned and went to Fort Rucker Fire Department, a total of 4. We have hired 7. Our goal is to phase firefighters on board for staffing for the 4th station. So for now, we've all the ones that we've been able to hire, which is a good thing, has been certified firefighters. And we're preparing to start the procedure to promote 1 captain and 3 lieutenants within the department. Police department, our new black Tahoes for narcotics are in and in full use. We have 56 officers on the force currently, and we have hopes to get 2 new recruits through the recruitment program. Public Works, naturally we received 233 and addressed 233 calls this month. Also, from that standpoint, sewer department located GPS sewer lines, manholes, also located sewer lines at 9 locations, checked 7 sewer complaints, performed 22 inspections, 1 air test, and spray cleared right away 20 days. Okay, completed sewer repair at Pinedale Elementary School, repaired sewer mains at Oakwood Drive, Kedge Drive, Edward Street, Parks Avenue, ran water lines at the Northeast Wastewater Treatment Plant, and also worked on the road at the Damascus Highway outfall lines. Trimmed overhanging limbs and bushes at several locations and city street signs, and repair and maintenance on street sweepers. If you see our street sweepers slowing down, it's because of maintenance and repair on those. Filled holes at soccer fields and clean up around storm boxes at the YMCA. Put in hot mix and filling locations at Woodland Drive, where we repaired storm pipe, sewer cuts on Oakland Drive and Main Street, Melbourne Drive, and Geneva Street. In the water department, we've had a rehab to the Railroad Street. Well number 2 has ceased for the time being. We're actually doing ongoing negotiations with that particular project. As of October 1, there have been approximately 2,600 water meters replaced in the new water meter program. We're aquifer recharge and static water level annual test will begin this November. Over the next 5 months, all 17 wells will be alternated to be out of service to allow maximum aquifer recharge to prepare for the spring. As of October the 1st, the department has repaired all water lines and leaks. Miscellaneous, to let you know that we received a grant. Enterprise has received a USDA grant, which is a very abnormal thing. This is a national grant, and it was for $52,000 for promotion of the farmers market with no match. A pumpkin day at Farmers Market is set for October the 24th from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. Activities include games, pumpkin decorating, pumpkin recipes, demonstrations of home decor, and craft decorations. Veterans Day Parade is set for November the 5th at 6 p.m. along Main Street. This year's theme is the family, or the military family, and would encourage and ask our media to please help us get that word out. On Dolphin Street, just to give you a quick update there, we was out there today, both Mr. Morgan and I were, As far as schedule, based on August progress, they were 22% complete with 26% of the time elapsed, which put them about 4% behind, or 7 working days. Based on September, they're approximately 35% complete with 35% time elapsed, which would have put them on schedule. In short, the project is progressing. Truthfully, it's still a little behind. We ask that neighbors continue to be patient. And let me add that we've had some of the finest neighbors and residents living in that area to be that patient, because we did tell them it was going back to a dirt road, but we didn't tell them a story. But I think they'll be very proud of the street when we're finished with it. Also, to give you notification, I was asked by Ag Commissioner John McMillan to serve on the Produce Task Force, of which we'll be meeting in Montgomery on the 27th day of October. And that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, Fire Chief, do we still give out smoke detectors and things?
Chief Herring.
If anybody needs one, they'll contact my office, we'll be in touch with you, we'll make sure they get one.
Because I was listening to the news, the situation there in Montgomery, said 2 people that got burned up, and I don't know whether they had smoke detectors, whether it was working or not or whatever. But I was assured, the elderly people, someone we could kind of see if they, would accept them and we could get them, in place. Maybe this would help in a situation, because a lot of them use those cords and things, and probably a lot of them are overloaded and things of that nature. So I don't know whether it would put more work on you or just what, but, things like that we could check on.
That's what we're doing now is fire prevention, this is fire prevention run.
Yeah.
And the thing this year is dealing with smoke detectors, speak where you sleep.
Yeah.
And have to mow them in the bedroom areas of the house.
Yeah.
And our stats show us that over 50% of the people that die from home fires don't have smoke detectors in our receipt. The video's not working. So we promote not only having one there, but make sure the batteries are charged and they are working. And if someone's in that situation, they'll call us, we'll be glad to work with them.
All right, thank you.
Just contact my office.
Yeah.
Councilman Cooper, you got anything else?
No, that's it.
Councilman Johnson?
Chief Jones, I saw a couple of your officers today out in the middle of the street, and I couldn't figure out what they were doing until I got up there. And they were, and they weren't patrolmen, so I'm assuming they were investigators. We're actually helping a gentleman change a flat tire. I'm pretty sure that's not in their job description, but I want all our employees to know that we appreciate the little, and we notice the little things they do to help our citizens. So if you'll pass that along, we appreciate what they do. Thank everyone for coming tonight.
Councilman Donaldson? Thank everyone for coming out. Councilman Morgan?
I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight.
I also like to thank everybody for coming. If we have no further business, I'm going to adjourn the meeting until Tuesday, October 20th. Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Sir, how you doing, man?